All right, class, settle down. Class is in session. Everyone get to your seats.
Hey there, YouTube. I'm Yukitsu. This is Yukitsu Times. Welcome to my channel. Once again, it's immediately wolves. Because that's just how things are. That's how things be. So, we're already starting to run. I can't see that well ahead of me, or behind me, or anywhere, really. But you know what? We're fine. We're going to head right up to these tall birds here. With a huge swarm of wolves after me. Oh man, okay, so we cannot afford to get caught on that little ledge, so I'm going to deviate a little bit more than I normally would here, and I'm going to keep tapping on that map here. I've got plenty of lights, I made another one before we left. And I can't afford to deviate around the eye things either, so we're going to make sure that we don't get too close to them. Now, day is an awfully long ways away for us, but we should be able to manage. Alright, here we are. Okay, we can hear them fighting one another rather than me. And we can see some tall birds coming after me. I think Glommer might have died. But you know what, that's fine. Nope, he's still alive. Where is he? Right behind me. Fantastic. Alright, so we could head over to these Pengals just in case things get a little bit dicey. Where are they? I hear them. Okay, so we'll build this campfire over here. Why can't... Let me build the campfire again. There we go. And then we'll put away this, but yeah, we'll just warm up by this fire here. It's a little bit far from base, I don't want to have to go all the way back. You can see those wolves hit quite hard, so... That's a thing that we have to be a little bit unhappy about, but we did survive. Making it back to those tall birds. Those tall birds are a wonderful source of defense for this sort of situation, so... Just have to wait out the rest of the day here. Let's pick up this puffy vest. I've been not picking it up for quite some time because, I mean, I don't really need it. Most of the time I just use the backpack sort of exclusively to keep warm during winter. But in this particular case, I might as well grab it because it's there. I mean, that's been there for over a year. Right, and we're going to want to just sort of see the fruits of our labors over there and make sure that there's no blue crystals. If there are, we'll grab them up. They can be pretty useful, so hopefully there will be a couple. Alright. Let's get this on. Other thing is, we should grab this grass here. We're really short on grass tufts, so we're going to have to make sure that we've got a couple for whatever it is we need to do with those. And let's... apparently one of them's still alive. Alright. It looks to me like there are no blue crystals. I can't see any in air, right? Wow, they just finished killing those guys. Anyway, let's go home. Glommer, let's go home. It's stupid out here. Right, so the bulb doesn't even have any things at this time of year. I forgot about that. Or I think it's because of the time of year that it retracts all the eyes, but could be wrong. Alright. Now, the other thing that I wanted to do was to figure out where the heck all of the winter camps are. Actually, yeah, there just aren't any on our map at all, which is quite peculiar. I don't think the desert is particularly likely, so we're not going to try there. You know, up here would actually be a very likely spot for the winter camps to be, but I'm not 100% sure that that's where we're going to find it. There's a lot of places that we just haven't fully explored that would have potentially got those, but I mean, most of the places that we have explored are where you usually find them. They're usually kind of central, so it's going to be a little bit of a pain to find anything with the McTusks. And this is actually a good opportunity for us to try out our puffy vests instead of what we normally have, since we've got plenty of resources that we don't particularly need on that kind of journey. Although we will have to make a couple boomerangs. Alright. Back in base again. Let's just throw these in here. And one of these. Alright, so we have to invent boomerangs here. That's right, we invented them. Let's see. And I cannot actually remember what goes into a boomerang right now. Darts would be fantastic, but they're a little bit pricey for what we've got available, so we're not going to worry about that. Let's get up to our alchemy machine here. And what do we need? Silk and charcoal, right. It's the things that don't make any sense to me, so I never remember them. Alright, do we have those things? That's the question. I probably burned our charcoal. We've got silk, though. Oh, we have got a little charcoal. Okay. There we go. And we'll actually make a second one of these. And we'll throw the rest of the stuff back in their boxes. Perfect. Okay, so at this point in time, we kind of are thinking to ourselves, like, what do we want to do an attack on a bunch of, crap, right. Okay, there we go. On a bunch of McTusks. And the answer is we do need armor. We've got the armor, though, so we're fine on that. We're going to need a little bit of health restoring items, which you don't really have, which is going to be a bit of a pain. And we want to have a slim enough of a inventory that we can get there without having to have this full up inventory that we've got here. And we're also going to need more grass, which I'm going to have to deal with in the morning. I don't even remember how much time is left in this winter. I think about 8 days, if I were to guess. But guesses are not the most reliable things. Okay, well, we don't need our parasol, so we can forgo that. We don't even have a shovel right now. We don't need this axe. So we can drop off quite a lot of stuff here, but what I'm probably going to do instead is throw that in there, but more importantly, let's go ahead and put this egg in a box. There we go. We can just take a bunch of our stuff and put it in our backpack, and we'll experiment to see if these little... See if this mole man tries to eat my backpack. Does not look like the mole men eat your backpack. Okay, that is very good to know, and that is very good, because it would have been super annoying if they did. Let's just trap our backpack a little, just in case. There we go. Alright, mole people. Make my day. Okay, good. So with that in mind, we can now wear our puffy vest. And this is going to provide us with a significant amount of warmth. We should be able to make a pretty good exploration sweep come morning. We're not going to go right now. There's no particular need for us to go right now. In fact, I'm actually going to go into my backpack and grab something out of it. It's a torch. And then we'll drop this very damaged axe that we're probably not going to be using back in there, and then we'll go ahead and put our puffy vest back on. Alright. It is certainly taking a long time for this night to actually come, and it is probably going to take an awfully long time once it does come. Such is winter. Alright. I don't seem to have any spider glands, but I recall that this is the start where I could not find any spiders for the life of me. In fact, I could have sworn that I planted a spider web around me, but it seems to be gone. Well, we have enough silk for now, but that is super... something. Huh. Maybe it was that one that I had replanted, but I should probably move that closer. Let's go ahead and put that over there. Why is our fire pit wet, I wonder? Oh, right. I forgot about that. Huh. I always did wonder about that. I wonder if he pops his head out there if he would get captured. Okay, we're going through the durability of these things a little bit faster than I would like to. And my sanity is fine, so I don't feel like I need to do that or anything. We could make ourselves a pie there. Actually, I also need sticks. Is there anything else I can get rid of? Not really. Yeah, so... Alright. Just gonna eat straight honey because it's one of the better curative things out there. That'll be enough for now, I think. Although you do want to be quite high health to fight McTusk, if you find one. So it is possible that we just want to get up all the way to full health. We don't have any papyrus, so we can't make bandages with all that extra honey, but that's something we might consider doing in future. If we keep getting dinged up and can't find spider glands. Spider glands is what I normally use to keep my health up, in a certain sense. Although dragon fruit pie would also potentially be really good here. A lot of options. Okay, so we should plan out our path a little bit here. I think that we're going to find it potentially up in here. This is where I feel like one of them has a pretty good chance of being. And if not, we could also check up here. And those are both fairly close locations. The problem is that I want to find a path that'll take us through some grass, so we'll go through this area first and see if we can find a McTusk in that area. And grab up some grass while we're at it. We're obviously closer to a better source of grass, but I mean, the point of it isn't just getting grass, it's also to find some scouting information that I missed during the other seasons because I was not paying attention to those. McTusk is not really the sort of thing that I normally consider crucial for scouting information, because you almost always run into a couple. It sort of is the way of things. Alright. So we are plenty warm with both our toque, our winter hats, I'm Canadian, I call it a toque, and our puffy vest. And we should be okay traveling up towards these places, so nothing too dangerous in either of them either. I mean, we're not standing in the middle of the tall birds again. We're not attacking the penguins. Remember, never attack the penguins, they're the most dangerous things in the game. Could try for a shortcut, but I don't really feel as though that's necessary here. The thermal stone seems to be really just not reliable. It seems to just run out immediately these days. I don't know if that's intentional or what's going on with that, but it feels like it's not actually helping any in this time of year because it's so hard to heat up compared to what it was before. And it's gone down to frigid cold immediately, too. Okay, so let's see where we're going here. Got some grass we can pick up, which is lovely. We have got a big full beard, I suppose, which is going to help us with the weather quite a bit. So now, it doesn't seem like I'm getting any colder thanks to this combination of puffy vest and hat, so we're also probably okay on that front. Now, the reason that this grass is important right now is that I do need it for fires. I don't necessarily need to light a fire at any given point in time, but I mean, having the option to is super important in this time of year. Alright, so it looks like this suspicious area that I'm clearing out here does not seem to have any McTusks in it. They do range outside of that little area just a little bit, so it's not as though we would find one, we have to walk exactly over top of them or anything on the map, so. Where'd Glommer go? Oh wait, I left him back at base because I left my Glommer flower in the backpack. To be speaking frankly, I don't need him at all anyway. You hear that, Glommer? I don't need you. He doesn't hear me, he's way back at base. Alright, it's a turkey. Surprised about that. They usually only come out when you go binging on berries. I just ate one, but whatever. Oh, jeez. Those pangolins. Okay, that is a little bit of weird landmass there, but let's head up here. I will have to build a fire before I get there. Or I could just light some trees on fire. Either or. I mean, arson is a perfectly legitimate way to play this game, just being an arsonist. It's more Willow's thing, but I mean, no point in not being an arsonist just because you're not Willow. Okay. There's a bit of a torch stub here. Let's grab that. So that's 6%. I'm going to use it just because it's a way to keep it a little bit warmer. And then this one is also like at 13%. Okay, so our thermal stone is at the coldest it can get. And there are killer bees about. Fantastic. We're going to have to set up a fire in just a little bit here. We want to try and get a little bit clear of these trees here. But this should be okay. Alright, well this looks a little suspicious, but let's go pick up this winter hat for the hell of it. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? Spontaneous winter again? I don't think so. Okay, and there's an axe here, so we'll use that to cut down some trees for some more firewood. Alright, and we again don't have a shovel, but I don't want to clutter up my inventory by adding one, so I'll have to leave things as they are. I'm just going to leave the thermal stone right here beside that fire for just a second. I'm going to go exploring just a little bit further. This looks like a good region for resources. Eat these carrots and probably get our health back up to pretty good. We'll want to cook them up before we do that. They'll be a little bit better. Alright, I don't see anywhere where McTusks would lodge. Up here. And this area would have been super likely for one of them in my experience. Although I've never been entirely sure what causes McTusks to spawn and where they spawn. Oh, where did I put that little fire? Uh-oh. There it is. Yeah, we're pretty close to full health now. Feeling pretty good about that. We could pick up the breezy vest, but I mean, we don't really need to given our circumstances here. Let's pick that up. Alright, so where could we try next? I guess we could just try this little spot over there. I mean, it's pretty tiny, but there's a possibility of it. These winter nights are just like kind of, at least they're relatively peaceful. Like, you don't have to do a lot, unlike the summer ones where you have to worry that your entire base is going to spontaneously combust. So it is kind of nice in the sense that I don't have to do anything, but at the same time it's incredibly boring. Like, nothing happens at this time of day. You just stick by the fire and you sort of wait it out and you wait until morning. Like, I could run around with a torch exploring, but I'd have to start up a fire eventually anyway. And frankly, you want to save the grass and twigs because they're a little bit hard to come by in the season. They're not tremendously hard like in summer where everything's wilted and dead, but it's still like that. But yeah, just look at this bar here. The night is so much longer than it is at any other season, and that's so boring. I think they could have gone without doing that. It adds to the challenge a little bit, but if you're well prepared, if you've got lots of food and you don't really need to worry about anything in particular, then you absolutely don't really need this night to be this long. Okay, I don't think we're going to add any more logs to this fire, in particular. This would be one of those cases where I sometimes would grab up a grass tuft or a full sapling and throw it on the fire. They burn extremely hot for quite a while, but don't have a shovel. Don't really care to build one. Okay, rather than having this fire go out and trying to add more fuel to it, I don't want to waste the fuel. Excuse me, so I'm going to throw on these two things, and I'm going to get ready with this torch. And the instant this fire flickers up, if it's going to have the torch equipped and be ready to go. Looks like we're going to hit day just before then, though, so saves us a little bit on resources that I would otherwise have to spend. But yeah, I can see our thermal stone. It's not going to be that hot, I don't think. And that's kind of a shame. Alright, no McTusks here. I've probably actually like walked right past one at some point, and I've probably looked at it on the map like a dozen times, and everybody's yelling at me. It's like, you already know where the McTusks are. But, you know, it's fine. Oh yeah, there goes the thermal stone already. Fantastic. Alright, so that's helped that keep full. Alright, so where should we try next? I do really think that this is what we should be doing at this time of year, because there's not a whole lot that you want to get accomplished. I rarely see them in or past the swamps. I do sometimes see them in these rocky biomes, but I don't know if that would be a rocky... if they'd be in a rocky desert biome. That would be a little bit peculiar to me. I'm wondering actually where the rocky biomes are that do not have buzzards and stuff like that in them are. Looks like both of them do. Well, in any event, let's head on south. And try not to get killed by killer bees, because I think they're... oh, jeez. Yeah, there's killer bees that are just hanging out here. You'd think they'd die off every winter. Whatever, bee. You ain't getting me. Me or my sick rhymes. You neither, turkey. Okay, we're gonna try heading to the desert down to the right here. I don't feel as though there's a very good chance that there's gonna be a McTusk there, but I honestly haven't really checked there for McTusks all that often, so it's hard to say for sure. Oh, jeez. And they're fighting the penguins again, too. This is a rough part of town, jeez. Criminy. I bet if all the pengulls on the map just converged on that spot, it'd be over. Although the reason I've been liking using the tall birds as defense in this particular situation is that they infinitely respawn. There's no way to wipe out the herd of them. Which isn't true with the other guys, like the beefalo. So long as you have a critical mass of tall birds, you can use them pretty much indefinitely for defense and food. Makes them a pretty excellent source for that. Speaking of beefalo, here's the beefalo. Fairly large numbers because I've been leaving them untouched. Our thermal stone is already pretty much tapped out, but I mean, maybe I can carry it like this. Because it does cool you down in this very, very blue state here, so don't want it in our pocket. I don't know if holding it like this actually would make it worse or better, though. To be frank, I would imagine that this would make it worse. Ah! Okay, so we've got a... Ah! 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 Ow, ow, ow. Okay, so we found it. Perfect. We're going to die, but perfect. Oh crap, where's my helmet? Phew. Okay, so we don't actually want to tussle with these guys because I also realized I forgot my helmet. So, you know, that's a thing. At this point in time, I'm actually just going to run right back to base. If we can. I think it sounds like their wolves are fighting something, but we need to heal up, so we're going to be eating a lot of superfluous food that we shouldn't be eating. Straight up beef jerky is actually a really great thing to eat at this time of the game, because we've got a lot of it, and we kind of need to... Oh wow, these guys have been wrecking shit. Look how many of them there are, because we haven't been luring wolves into them. There's just a lot more of them than there normally would be. I don't know if we're going to make it in time. No, we might. But in any event, this will give us a chance, now that we know that they're there, to be prepared and be forewarned and forearmed before we head into the jaws of death. And potentially try and lure them into a herd of beefalo. That would also help. You also need a little bit more wood. Alright. Where's my crock pot? Tree, you're very intrusive here. Alright, there we go. I think I heard something vaguely unpleasant. Actually, you know what? We're just going to eat straight beef jerky. The health benefit of straight beef jerky, for some reason, is absolutely ridiculous, so we're pretty much up to full health again. Which, to me, pretty good deal. When did that mini glacier get here? And why is it growing, like, in my crockpot? I would imagine that in my crockpot is a relatively warm place by comparison to a lot of the other things that I could potentially see it growing from. But whatever. Okay, let's get our backpack here. Yeah, our helmet was indeed in our backpack because I am a moron. There we go. Okay, so we've got our boomerang. We've got a log suit. There's a morsel that spontaneously appeared from that thing, which makes no sense to me. We'll eat it anyway. It's a mystery morsel, but we're going to eat it. It is the most mysterious of mystery morsels, but we're going to eat it. You know what? We're also going to eat Glommer's goop. There we go. Mmm, delicious. That tanked that just a little bit faster than I thought it was going to. Let's fix that. Go away, you two. Let's get one more of these so I can chase this guy away until he... There we go. I wonder if this is just an immediate side effect of eating Glommer's goop. Because my sanity is technically too high for this to be happening to me. And I can hear the music box even though there's no more hands. So this must actually be a side effect of eating Glommer's goop at night. Duly noted. Alright, that's interesting to know. Okay, so we've got this fire going. You know what? I think that we've actually run into our episode length here, which is a little bit of a shame because so much of it was just night or other stuff happening, but excuse me. Ugh. Anyway, I hope you found this episode enjoyable, and of course, as always, I hope to see you all next time.